Do the best you can, not when it's convenient, not when the mood feels right, not when the circumstances finally line up in your favor. Do the best you can with what you have where you are, starting today. Life does not demand perfection. It demands participation. Too many people are waiting for more money, waiting for better connections, waiting for confidence, waiting for the right time. But let me tell you something powerful. The right time is built, not found. And it is built by doing the best you can right now. You may not have the ideal job. You may not have the ideal education. You may not have the ideal support. But you do have today, and today is enough. When you make a decision to do the best you can, something shifts inside you. You stop competing with others and start competing with your own potential. Yesterday's version of you becomes the benchmark. And every day you ask, can I improve just a little? That little improvement, compounded over time, becomes a transformation. Success is not a giant leap. It is a series of small disciplines practiced daily. Read a few pages. Improve one skill. Make one extra call. Show up 5 minutes earlier. Listen more carefully. Speak more thoughtfully. These are not dramatic acts, but they are powerful. Average is easy. Excellence is intentional. The difference between the two is not talent. It is effort applied consistently. You don't need to be extraordinary to start. But you must start to become extraordinary. Do the best you can in your current role. If you are sweeping floors, sweep them so well that people say, there goes someone who respects their work. If you are leading a team, lead with integrity and example. If you are learning, learn with focus and curiosity, because how you do anything becomes how you do everything. Character is built in the quiet moments when no one is watching, when applause is absent, when excuses are tempting. That is when your standards are tested. That is when you decide who you are. And here is the magic. When you do the best you can, opportunities begin to notice you. Doors open, mentors appear, confidence grows. Not because you chase luck, but because you build value. You cannot control the economy. You cannot control other people. You cannot control every circumstance. But you can control your effort. Give your best in conversations. Give your best in preparation. Give your best in discipline. Give your best in attitude. And when you fall short, because sometimes you will, don't quit. Adjust. Learn, improve. Then do your best again tomorrow. Life rewards those who take responsibility. If you want more, become more. If you want better results, become better prepared. If you want a better future, build better habits. The secret is simple but not easy. Do the best you can until you can do better. Then when you know better, do better. Your best today may not be impressive to the world, but it is the foundation of your future. Foundations are not glamorous, they are solid. Years from now, you won't regret the effort you gave. You will regret the effort you withheld. So stand up in your own life. Raise your standards. Tighten your discipline. Sharpen your focus. And starting now in this hour, in this moment, do the best you can. Because that is where greatness begins. Success begins the moment a person accepts full responsibility for their life. It is easy to blame the economy, the job market, the lack of opportunity, or even other people for where we stand today. But growth truly starts when excuses end. Responsibility is not about guilt, it is about power. The day you say, this is my life, and I am responsible for improving it, is the day you regain control. When you take ownership of your current situation, something changes internally. You stop waiting for rescue and start looking for solutions. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You begin asking, what can I do about it? That shift in thinking transforms obstacles into lessons and problems into opportunities for development. Personal responsibility also builds character. It trains you to evaluate your habits, your decisions, and your daily actions. If results are poor, you improve your preparation. If progress is slow, you strengthen your discipline. You become proactive rather than reactive. This mindset creates confidence because you understand that your future is shaped more by your responses than by your circumstances. Education plays a critical role here. You learn to analyze your performance honestly and make adjustments. You invest in new knowledge and skills instead of complaining about limitations. Responsibility encourages continuous improvement. Ultimately, when you accept full responsibility, you stop being a spectator in your own life. You become the architect. And once you realize that your effort, attitude, and discipline are within your control, you unlock the ability to shape a better tomorrow. Great achievements are rarely the result of one dramatic action. More often, they are built quietly through small disciplines practiced every day. Many people search for breakthroughs, but lasting success comes from daily habits that seem ordinary at first. Reading a few pages each day, refining one skill at a time, managing time wisely, and improving communication, these small efforts accumulate and create remarkable progress. The power of daily discipline lies in consistency. When you commit to improving just 1% each day, the results compound over months and years. What feels insignificant today becomes a powerful advantage tomorrow. This educational principle teaches that mastery is not an event, it is a process. The individual who commits to steady learning and regular practice will eventually outperform those who rely only on bursts of motivation. Discipline also builds self-respect. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, waking up early, completing a task, finishing what you started, you strengthen your confidence. You begin to trust your own word. That trust becomes the foundation of leadership and influence, because others can see reliability in your actions. Inspiration grows from progress. When you notice improvement, even small improvement, you feel encouraged to continue. Momentum replaces hesitation. Over time, these daily actions reshape your identity. You are no longer someone who tries occasionally, you become someone who practices excellence consistently. The lesson is clear: success is not found in occasional effort, but in disciplined repetition. What you do daily determines who you become permanently. Every meaningful improvement in life begins with a decision to raise your personal standards. Standards are the silent rules you set for yourself, what you accept, what you tolerate, and what you expect from your own performance. When your standards are low, average results feel acceptable. When your standards rise, ordinary effort is no longer enough. Raising your standards is not about impressing others, it is about respecting your own potential. It means choosing quality over convenience and discipline over comfort. Whether you are working on a small assignment or leading a major project, the question becomes, is this truly my best? That question alone can transform your results. When you hold yourself accountable to a higher level of effort, your work begins to reflect excellence. Educationally, higher standards promote growth because they push you beyond familiar limits. You seek better methods, refine your skills, and correct your weaknesses. You study more carefully, prepare more thoroughly, and execute more precisely. Excellence becomes a habit rather than an occasional act. Raising your standards also shapes your character. Integrity develops when you consistently do what is right, even when no one is watching. Reliability strengthens when you follow through on commitments. Confidence grows when you know you have given your full effort. The inspiring truth is that standards are a choice. You decide how seriously you take your responsibilities. You decide the quality of your preparation. When you elevate your standards, you elevate your life. And as your standards rise, your results will eventually rise to meet them. Growth is a continuous journey, not a final destination. The idea of doing your best today does not mean you have reached your highest level. It simply means you are committed to improving from where you stand. True progress comes from understanding that your current ability is only a starting point. What matters most is your willingness to learn, adjust, and advance. Every experience, whether success or failure, carries a lesson. When mistakes occur, they should not be viewed as proof of inadequacy, but as feedback for improvement. Education is not limited to classrooms, it happens daily through observation, reflection, and practice. Those who commit to continuous learning sharpen their thinking, refine their skills, and strengthen their resilience. Improvement requires humility. It takes courage to admit there is more to learn and discipline to apply new knowledge consistently. Instead of defending weaknesses, you begin to work on them. Instead of fearing challenges, you welcome them as opportunities to expand your capacity. This mindset transforms obstacles into stepping stones. Inspiration grows when you recognize progress within yourself. Each adjustment, each refined habit, each new insight builds confidence. Over time, small improvements create a powerful transformation in character and competence. The most successful individuals understand that growth never stops. They remain students of life, constantly seeking better ways to think, act, and perform. By committing to continuous improvement, you ensure that your best today becomes even better tomorrow, and your potential continues to expand without limit. In conclusion, lasting success is built on responsibility, daily discipline, higher personal standards, and a commitment to continuous improvement. When you accept ownership of your life, you gain the power to change it. When you practice small disciplines consistently, you create steady progress. When you raise your standards, you strengthen your character and elevate your results. And when you commit to lifelong growth, you ensure that your potential continues to expand. The journey of becoming better is not about dramatic moments, but about intentional daily choices. Each day offers an opportunity to improve your thinking, refine your habits, and strengthen your effort. Step by step, these choices shape your future. Ultimately, doing your best is not a single act. It is a way of living. And when you live by that principle, progress becomes inevitable.